Hi guys, my name is Holly Crone and I am located in Austin, Texas, and I hope that you find this information valuable. My educational background is from Youngstown State University. I went there and graduated with a degree in exercise science. My current job right now is with Lifetime Fitness. My title is Studio Signature Programming Master Trainer. So basically, I train instructors on all our signature programming, meaning formats that are specific to Lifetime Fitness. And I train our instructors to become certified in those formats. I absolutely love it. So my roles and responsibilities are webinars that are performed all over the country, which are a lot of fun, going over the manuals and giving them information that they will need to complete what's called a test out. So basically they do a webinar, they do an online training, and then when that is done, they come to me and I give them a test out. So they perform certain skills to show that they will be able to deliver our programs and formats to our members. My internship, ironically, was kind of the opposite. I did a internship at the Honda of America plant in Marysville, Ohio, where I was an exercise tech. So I was doing a lot of exercise testing and personal training. And then from there, once I completed that, I landed a job at Bally Total Fitness as the regional group fitness director. So that was straight management of, I had a 26 club market that I managed the managers of those clubs. So I wasn't doing a lot of hands-on programming. I was more managing the studio managers, if that makes sense. I did that job for several years and then moved to Minnesota where I discovered Lifetime Fitness. And I began working with them in late 96, early 1997 as an instructor, and then fast became a studio manager there, which I really, really enjoyed. And that was in our Minnesota club, Egan and Woodbury. So out that way. From then, I was elevated to a role of presenter and master trainer. So I was doing conferences, I was delivering workshops, certifications, and doing the conference circuit, which was a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed that. A lot of facilitation. And then from then, I moved to Cincinnati and continued in those roles of facilitating and presenting, stopped being a studio manager, and then just more focused on the facilitation and training and development side, and then finally moved to Austin. So there was a series of moves in between the years that I've been with the company. I've been with the company 23 years. So now I am in Austin. I've been here 6 years, and my two major roles since I've been in Austin, other than teaching classes, is regional brand manager, where I go to clubs in the Texas market and audit studio programming. So basically all that means is I go into a club, I take a bunch of classes, see what's going on, what's working well. If it's working well, I give rewards. If it's not working, we put a plan in place to fix it. And then what I'm doing mostly now, which is the online, the live trainings, the test outs, and the mentoring and facilitating. The most important skills, I would say, first and foremost, know your audience. Know your craft and know your audience. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're talking about. Someone in the field told me once that you only need to be 15% smarter than anybody in the room. And it's true. You are the expert. You know what you're doing. You've done the time. You've put the time in. So it's really important to let that show. That's how you build your credibility and the trust with your audience, whatever your audience might be. And then just understanding who's in front of you. That's also really important, is to know who's in front of you when you're speaking to them. There's certain people that are going to respond differently to different styles of presenting, teaching, delivering, whether you're training, working one-on-one in a group. It's very important to understand who's in front of you and mirror their style so you can reach them. Number 3 is very important. Have a plan B. Have a plan B. Always know that no matter what you've done, what you've learned, how much you studied, how hard you trained, and how much you've prepared, things can and will go wrong. And that's okay. And so it's important to plan for that so you can pivot as you need to And which goes back to number one, if you know your craft and you know what you're talking about and something does go wrong, then you can work your way through any situation and not get thrown and still get through to your audience and keep the focus on them without kind of coming apart. And then last but not least, always be a student, always be learning. I've been with Lifetime now 23 years, and I'm always trying to learn something new that's gonna make me better and keep me inspired. Because if you're inspired and you're loving what you're doing, you're always gonna be effective and you're always gonna be great at it. And I think the last, to close, my favorite part about my job is watching new performers become masters of what they do. Same thing as teaching classes, watching someone walk into a studio for the first time and watching them take that journey and grow and develop into something much, much better than they thought they could ever be. So I wish you luck, and I hope this was helpful.